Hello, 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 my friends. And I'm back. And today I wanted to talk about why we attract shit partners. I'm sure, everyone wants to have a good partner, it's an important part of life to find someone that is not toxic, that treats you well, that you're happy with. No one wants a shit partner. But the reality is that most of the people like attract shit partners. And why is that? And I've been talking about boundaries or manipulators and all this. And yeah, it is true, you have to have boundaries to walk away from someone toxic to spot these red flags and everything. Like figuring out that they are a toxic person and manipulator and walking away is important. But there is a deeper level to it, and that is emotional trauma, emotional trapped emotions basically in your body that you had during your childhood that are not processed, and you subconsciously attracting partners that are that will give you that exact feeling because it's not resolved. So with boundaries and everything, you might notice that you keep falling in love with people that are toxic. Yes, you might recognize sooner down the line that, okay, they're toxic, I need to leave, and you leave. So you instead of going into that relationship, you sort of you know notice it earlier on and you block it earlier on. But the next one is gonna be the same, because you have unresolved childhood traumas. And these traumas, these trapped emotions will literally manifest in romantic relationships. So, for example, my dad is a narcissist and he's emotionally unavailable. So, I've not got really much love from him. Like emotionally, I developed trauma. I was neglected. I got all the love from my mother, but not from my dad, and that was that caused some stuff. So now I notice, because I have that trapped emotion of like neglect maybe, or like rejection, abandonment, things like that. I like my partners that are emotionally unavailable, that literally give me the same feeling I felt in my childhood, because I have that unresolved emotion. So that's the most common one, the emotional neglect, emotional abandonment, powerlessness, rejection, disappointment. You feel these feelings when you're a child, if any of your parents make you feel like that. And then you have this trapped emotion because as kids, we take it on ourselves that, like, oh, there must be something wrong with us. So that's where low self-esteem stems from. And it's very subconscious. It's like autopilot. It's fascinating, how your childhood traumas can attract partners in your life. that literally mirror you the same emotion that you had in your childhood. So most people don't realize that, and they run on autopilot, basically attracting partners that are not good, because that's what they seek, because you seek to resolve that emotional trauma, and you relive. It's like an addiction. People are addicted to rejection. People are addicted to abandonment, to powerlessness, to rejection. I've said it already. Disappointment. And it's like an addiction, and you have to choose consciously to not participate in that state anymore, because you're addicted to being in that state. You're addicted to being miserable. It's addiction. And these partners just gonna, they're there for you to feel shit, and you think it's an external thing, but it's actually within you. It's unresolved trauma. So that's the main reason why people actually attract shit partners, and it boils down to working on yourself, releasing that trauma. You have to feel it out, going back to your childhood and feeling that rejection, grounding yourself, like you can observe your breathing, or like feel how your hand feels, and then just be with that feeling, not what the external person is giving you, but where this feeling stems from in your childhood, I guess. And then you feel it, and the more you feel it, the more it's gonna leave your body. You have to feel it out and let go, because as kids we don't it's kind of, that's why it's called, like, it's trapped. That emotion gets trapped because you don't really feel it out. You run away as kid. You just don't process it, and that's why it's trapped. So you have to come back and feel it out. I sometimes, when I exercise, I try to incorporate my release of emotions with exercise. So if I do push-ups, for example, like, I would be like angry at my dad, and I'm just like trying to, like, I'm doing push-ups, and I'm like physically trying to push that anger out or whatever, like feel it out, get it out of your system. And exercise is actually a really powerful tool as well, like to combine it with exercise. Like if you feel angry, you just exercise and you release that. And slowly, it's not going to happen overnight. Like you have to do it consistently and release. And think about it, be conscious, And yes, although, like I said, boundaries are good, you're going to walk out of these people sooner than later, but the real reason is this, that's why people attract shit partners. That's why. And they don't even, know. It's like all autopilot. It's all subconsciousness. So you don't even know. You just think you're unlucky, but you're actually addicted to this miserable state that you're in. It gives you comfort. You identify as in that. It's like, it's an addiction. And the choice is yours. You can choose. You can choose to better your life and push these negative thoughts, push these negative, trauma cycles away. Yeah, I think that's it, man. It's longer than usual, this video. I hope you liked it, and I hope I've delivered it sort of like all right. Peace.